Hello and welcome to another edition of El Segundo Magazine. I'm your host, Catherine Chen. The El Segundo community rallied once again to raise money for an important cause that, unfortunately, has touched the lives of many. Renee Stevens has the story.
I want to welcome you to the 2014 Relay for Life of El Segundo. We're back!
Relay for Life is held globally. Relay teams are formed by survivors, friends, and family. They walk for 24 hours to help raise money for a cure on cancer.
As you know, or you may not know, this is our 8th year here in El Segundo. We've raised, I believe it's over $500,000 in those 8 years. So we're doing awesome things in the community, awesome things for cancer survivors and their families.
Give it up for the survivors one more time, ladies and gentlemen, and happy birthday also to our survivors.
The relay is kicked off by the Survivor Lap. On the receiving end, survivors were greeted by a few good men. The theme song for the Survivor Lap, Eye of the Tiger, is about a fighter named Rocky. I met a fighter named Rocky who fought his own battle with skin cancer.
Went to the dermatologist, they cut it out, they called me back the very next day to come back in, and then I went to a specialist at John Wayne Cancer Center then at UCLA. And they said I had stage 4 melanoma, so Clark level 4.
Rocky went on to battle skin cancer not once, but 3 times. In 1996, he was diagnosed with his 3rd tumor, which was the largest and most challenging.
The 3rd time, it was a pretty big tumor, and it was in my chest. And they took my pec muscle and they cut part of my lung, and they gave me radiation, and I went to radiation for 36 times. And at the end of that, they told me I was really burned. They told me you can never have radiation again. You've had all you can have in life.
For the next few years, doctors kept a close eye on his status. And in 2000, he got the green light. He was cancer-free.
And they finally said, you know what? You don't really need to come back with any regularity. You're cured. There's no cancer in your body. And it was like a great day. And that was 2000, and this is 2014, so not too bad.
Rocky's walking for General T's Army. His friend Jennifer Long's mother, Tammy, which the T stands for, has been fighting cancer since 2005.
It seemed a little surreal, a little bit. We moved home for the first year, and I just remember going with her to the hairdresser to get her hair all, because it was coming out. And I think that's the first time it became real. You just, you see your mom, so different.
Jennifer had one wish for her family when she learned her mother had cancer.
I prayed, and I said, God, I just want 5 good years. I just want 5 good years of memories. I got 3 little girls that really don't know her yet. And, lo and behold, last February, we got 5 years, So now I just want 5 more. 5 more. That's why we're here.
For almost 30 years, the American Cancer Society has held events Relay for Life to help raise a cure for cancer. And because of that, nearly 14 million survivors will celebrate another birthday this year.
Event speaker Adrienne Slaughter has celebrated quite a few of her own birthdays since she was diagnosed with osteosarcoma as a teenager. In her case, cancer spread quickly, and doctors needed to operate as soon as possible.
I'm in surgery, and the cancer spread 6 inches over the weekend before they did amputate my leg. Well, I was in great shape, started physical therapy 2 days later, and even more exciting, enjoyed my 15th birthday 1 week after surgery, which was the best birthday possible.
Adrienne's battle was far from over. Because the cancer was so aggressive, doctors wanted to make sure it did not spread to her lungs.
They did major radiation to my lungs for 2 weeks, and that's a positive because I had 1% chance of living, Renee, and 33 years later, I'm 100% cured.
As a survivor, Adrienne continues to speak publicly to encourage people to keep fighting and to stay positive. Online event chair Angela Morales' experience comes from a caregiving standpoint when her grandmother was diagnosed with cancer. She also urges people to stay positive and to reach out for help.
Don't be afraid to look for events like this, and don't be afraid to
accept that diagnosis, and not necessarily as a death sentence or as this traumatic event, but as something that's happened. It happened, and now you can go forward because you know that there's this group that understands.
She also suggests caregivers educate themselves to get a better understanding of what their loved ones are going through.
You get a list of questions to ask your doctor, or when you're going with your mom or your grandma or whomever, you can be that rock for them because you're prepared with information.
Let's give them all a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All of them are winners. That's right, all of them get a prize.
The day's event had plenty of fun activities and time for celebration of life.
We have a lot of different vendors here today. We have singers, musicians. My friend's coming in tonight. She's a harpist. So as our night winds down before Luminaria, you'll have some amazing, just beautiful music coming out of her.
As day turned to dusk, it was time to remember those who had lost their battle. Participants decorated bags to represent their loved ones for the Luminaria ceremony. I also made one for my mother, who I lost to breast cancer in 2005.
And what I'd like to do today is to ask a select few people to come up and just to share a small piece of their story and why they have a Luminaria bag, who they're putting it down for, so we can all see that it affects all of us in very different ways, but it affects us.
As a teenager, my mom had cancer, and it was her first fight.
Michael Castillo has been walking for his mother since 2014, when she developed a non-related tumor that spread when she had ovarian cancer.
When they found it, it was a completely new case. It was a tumor attached to her liver and aorta, and she fought hard. She fought everything she had.
Michael has learned that early detection is crucial.
It just goes to show that, get tested and get things checked out if you don't feel right. She said, I have a pain on my side, it feels weird. And she went in to check it out, and that's when I discovered it.
While Michael has lost part of his family to cancer, he has gained a new one because of it.
I've seen the team captains have kids and their families grow, and my family grows from that. And that's what it's really about. This isn't an easy thing, and if you have a good support community, it really makes it easier.
It is estimated that about 585,000 people in the U.S. will die from cancer this year. That is 1 in every 4 deaths. However, because of fundraising campaigns like Relay for Life and early detection, there is still a future full of hope. For El Segundo TV, I'm Renee Stevens.